best you ever did. I think that was absolutely breathtaking and a great thought piece for all of us. Wonderful combination of events and trends that we should learn from. I filled up more than a page of notes, and that's a lot for me. So, again, Gradle, thank you very much for your contribution. And now we switch gears, and we have one of our featured keynote speakers, Maestro Christian Gensch. He's unlike almost any other person we've had here, and yet he's very much like all of you in this room. He actually is someone who came up through the ranks of his profession, starting as a professional musician, then became a conductor, and then moved into the management side and became an award-winning music producer. I searched through my notes. I think, Maestro, you're the first person we've had on stage who is actually a 4-time Grammy Award winner. Please welcome Maestro again. And like a good economist, he ended exactly on time. So, yeah, first question. Do we have mics? Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Wave your hand.
I'm here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I would like to know if you have an outlook or if you have an idea about the Emirates and in particular about Dubai. What do you think of that area?
I don't smoke, so I can't hold up a lighter. The fourth member of our panel you've already met. He spoke yesterday. Is Stephen Winiger from Spain. So come on up and join us, and I'm going to ask you the first question when you get here.
Yeah. You're going to do that.
Get over here.
Thank you.
It's our custom now to ask questions and create a dialogue between and amongst the four gentlemen. We've talked about the longevity. You have 4 leading historical concepts, new concepts. We've got everything from a startup to something with 500 years of history. How is it that when you have customers who are not willing to change, the term that I had quoted was it's, people like to say, I just want it to be like it always was. I just want it to be like it used to be. And when you've got businesses that are 50, 60, 500, or 20 years old, how do you deal with a generational change of customers, not just your managers, but how do you talk to customers who want change but want it to be like it was the last time they were there? Stephen?
Well, okay, I think the gentleman from McDonald's explained it very well. You need to anticipate for the customer. If you sit and talk to the customer all day long, my opinion, if you sit and talk to the customer and you base your business strictly on what your customer is telling you, I think you're opening yourself for going down the wrong track. You need to be plugged in with what's going on in the marketplace, trends, tendencies, but you need to be anticipating and taking your customer with you. If you don't, in the early 90s, we made a hell of a mistake in the Foster's concept when we were listening to the customer. And they were telling us a number of things that they wanted, and we did it, and we found out that that's not what they wanted at all. So anticipation.
Well, Jochen, we've seen such changes in dining habits, health, the kinds of food that we're seeing. IKEA is a good example. It used to be sort of associated with an older clientele. Certainly it was started with a more senior citizens mindset, and now it's family generated. How do you appeal to both people in their 60s and 70s, the active old, and also young families and that millennial generation in between?
We are working with both angles. One thing is the traditional part, and I still believe that the traditional food will always be attractive to most of the people. But then also there are ones, a lot of yeah, especially the younger generation, willing to try out new things. And it's like you said, Stephen. I mean, it's inviting them and accompanying them really to try things out, to encourage them to try things out. So so I think, I mean, we are working on both angles. So modernizing also our Swedish traditional food, but also keeping a little bit the tradition behind it as well. So that's a change process. I mean, to change everything at once is a huge risk.
So it's more evolutionary.
It's an evolution.
Thanks. Well, and now it's time for us to draw the 10th annual event to a close. And as we've made a tradition, I get to be the final presenter. I'll spend just a few minutes. The problem I've found over 10 years is that the content gets more and more interesting. It gets harder and harder to give you summaries that are short and condensed. We've got to stop inviting interesting people because it makes my job really hard at the end here. But the lessons this year, what I think we've come up with, what we've heard. First we heard was the question that challenged ourselves: when is your expiration date? I think it dovetails really nicely on what we just heard. It is now a challenge to know that you are part of a system, and not unlike your credit card, it's more about thinking forward thinking, not looking backwards, and how do you extend your expiration date as a leader in your organizations. As David said, it's not about the money, it's about the mood. Shell even mentioned this quote this morning. It's not about the money, it's about the mood. We've gone past defining value just by price. In our business now, defining value is really about defining an entire package. We've been talking about this for years, but as we've seen the economy over the last 12 months worldwide be so challenged, we know that the companies, like we've just seen, ones who are actually thriving in down economies are the ones who have moved beyond the old equations of price as value to a much more holistic view. It's more about the mood. As Gretel said, innovation is an investment in the future, not an option. Innovation, forward thinking, looking for the new things. We heard Shell talk about innovation as part of the balance, and how innovation is what gives you the temporary monopoly that you need. Innovation is an investment. Without research and development, without new products and new market solutions, companies die. It is no longer an option. You have to be innovators. The food service business can't disappear into the web. Gretel said a great quote: "We are about the last or the first meter. Whether we're in the quick service business or in fine dining, our business will still always be about a 1 meter distance between a server and a guest." And because of that, while other places can be outsourced and the web can change their business, our business will not be affected by the web in that context. What Gretel didn't say, though, is that the web can make a food service business disappear. Over the last 10 years, we've gone from a time where there wasn't even a euro when we first started this in 2000, to a time now where the web and the way we communicate to customers is so crucial to our business. We can't outsource that last 3 meters, but the customers can find so many other options that we've leveled the playing field. Even the smallest independent can have a great website and drive business to themselves, and we can lose our business in the age of the digital native. Let's forget yesterday. Today is a different audience. The maestro gave us so many things of import yesterday morning for our business. We didn't really use the term chef, but a traditional orchestra conductor is called the chef. And the complexity of our business is very much like the complexity of the orchestra. And so many people I talked to over the last 2 days felt an emotional connection to what he was saying. Let's forget yesterday. Don't worry about the mistakes that we made yesterday. We have to fix the mistakes today before the concert starts, was his quote. Today is a different audience. Every day in the restaurant business is a new day. It's one of the reasons we're in the business. We like the immediacy of what we do. Yesterday's problem needs to be fixed, so today we